Hello, everyone, and welcome to Artist Reviews. Today, we are reviewing Paddington in Peru. Paddington in Peru is the third Paddington movie. He and the Browns are going to Peru to look for his Aunt Lucy, who's gone missing, and on the way, they encounter other characters and go on an adventure in the Amazon. So my thoughts going into the movie, I was a little bit concerned because there's a director change from Paul King to Dougal Wilson, and actress change. Mrs. Brown was originally played by Sally Hawkins, and she did an amazing job with her. So, changing the actress for her, I was like, is she gonna do as well? Is she gonna feel the same? And there's a new location with Peru, and it was an exciting location since we've been in London the past two movies. But my overall thoughts were, is this still going to feel like a Paddington movie? And I think it ended up feeling like that for the most part. So the comedy in the movie, I'm always looking out for the comedy because I'm a comic guy. And I thought it was very good for the most part. There's a few jokes here and there that didn't quite land, but like 90% of the time, there's good jokes in the movie. The plot, I love travel and adventure stories, and so that was a little bit different from the previous two movies, plot-wise, which are city-centric, and they're just going around the city. But I thought that this plot formula worked very well for Paddington. And the plot overall was very well put together. Like, the story's very tight, and there's like two different plot lines that you switches back and forth to, and you see them both come together in the end. So that was done very well. And the visuals in the movie are very good. This is artist reviews, so I'm looking out for the visuals with this. And the color palette in the Paddington movies are always like, have a lot of orange in them, and green, and blue, and yellow in them, and very pastel a lot of the time, and natural colors too, and that fit with the environment of Peru, and like the colorful architecture you see when they first visit the town in Peru. And there's a lot more green in this movie, obviously, because of the location. And the visuals in the movie are, there's a few visual references to past movies, one of which was like the dollhouse scene where it opens up and you see all the rooms of the house. I've always liked that scene. They showed it in the first movie, the second, and now in this third movie. So it's nice to see that they continue those trends. And there's like a running joke too with Paddington and his stare, with his hard stare when people forget their manners, and they do that again in this movie. So that was those are good to see, and it shows care for the series and the legacy of it. And there's a few references near the end too, where you get to see some characters from past movies that weren't necessarily important to the plot in this one, but you still get to see them, and that's cool. And there's like a few more graphical moments that are just really tactile and playful. Like when they fly on the plane to Peru, there's a scene where there's an outside shot, and you can tell it's not like the real plane because there's other arts and craftsy sort of stuff going on with it, but there's like cotton clouds, it looked like. There's also like historical film references with by that I mean just the way something is shot being like very grainy and old feeling, and I like how the film feels like it's playing homage artistically and story-wise to the films before it. The character arcs in the movie I felt like were a little bit weaker than they have been in the past. Paddington has the strongest one, which is good since he's the main character. I still feel like with his, though, he had a really strong beginning, a really strong ending, but I feel like there could have been some more in the middle to not necessarily tie them together, but give more build up to that emotional gut punch that is present, but I feel like could have been even more impactful if there was more build up before it. And that goes for quite a few character arcs in the movie, like Mr. Brown. He's always struggled with being the safe guy and his anxiety, and he gets on these little adventures with his family, so he's always a bit hesitant, but you see his arc throughout the series growing more comfortable with taking risks. And this third movie does that again, not in a way that feels like we're growing off the idea, but it almost feels a little bit worn out or repeated. Because he's told by his boss at the beginning of the movie, like, embrace the risk. I'm like, okay, it's kind of what he's been doing since the first movie, or at least that was his lesson at the end of the first movie. But by the end of the film, you get that message, but throughout it, you're like, okay, I feel like I've seen this before with him. Mrs. Brown has a good arc. She probably has the second best arc. It's tied to her children, or to Judy more specifically, and her having empty nest syndrome, with her Judy moving to college or deciding which college she wants to go to, and Mrs. Brown doesn't want her to move too far away from home. And Paddington, with him returning to his home in Peru, she's feeling a little bit anxious about that too, fearing losing Paddington. And the theme of immigration I've liked overall in the series, and with those themes tying into home and family, with old home and new home, and old family and new family, and how that ties together for you and how that affects your identity. And I've always liked that. I feel like this film does well with exploring that too. Maybe a bit further with the themes would have been good, but overall, I thought it was a good presentation of those ideas. And I did get a bit teary-eyed at the end, not complete crying, but that it was a bit emotional for me, so that was good. But the kids overall, Judy and Jonathan, I feel like they could have been written out of the movie, or at least maybe present in the beginning, but they didn't feel like they needed to be there. Jonathan almost served more of a video gamey purpose, where like his character, he's very inventive and can make machines, so he helps out in the plot that way. But he doesn't have a character arc or bounce off anyone else's character arc to help them develop. He's just there to be the dude to do the thing when needed. So that what he does is neat, but it could have been fulfilled by somebody else perhaps. And I wonder for the future of the franchise what they will do with the kids in the franchise, because they are getting older. It's not like this is an animated thing where they can just have them the same age throughout all time. You see the actors growing older, and their character dilemma for that movie goes along with that. So I wonder how they'll handle that in the future. So the bad guys in the movie, they were pretty good for the most part. Again, I like the ideas. I like how they present them and where they end up. But there is one thing with the main antagonist of the film. I won't say who it is, because with the Paddington movie, there's always like a little bit of a plot twist with who the main bad guy is. And it feels more nuanced in the past films with how they do it, because in the first movie, you know who the bad guy is, but there's a plot just later on that recontextualizes how their role in the story. And then the second one, you don't know who it is for a little bit, but then it's revealed early on, and you get to see the back and forth of the bad guy evading the good guys and the good guys trying to find him. And in this movie, it's revealed pretty early on again who the main antagonist is. The only reason I can fathom why they did that was to just play it a bit more for laughs. And there's a moment near the end where it's revealed to the characters, or the main characters, who the main antagonist is. But it doesn't feel impactful. Like it's impactful to the characters, but not to the audience. by that point. It's not like anything extra has been revealed to us that recontextualizes this character. It's just like it's the same character that you know what their deal is. Again, I can't say who it is or else I'll spoil it. But I do like the new characters present in this movie. So overall, I would recommend the movie to fans of the previous films. It is worth renting or buying on a digital platform now. It's out of theaters. Parents and children alike will enjoy it. I think that is a hallmark of a great family film if both the adults and the children can enjoy it. The character arcs aren't as strong, but the characters are still pretty good. The villains were entertaining, but they did not have the gravitas of past Paddington villains. And the plot was competent and flowed nicely, and I think the director did a great job. But yeah, I would recommend it, and like I'd rank it like 7 or 8 out of 10 stars. I would watch it again. Like one metric I think of when I'm judging film is like, would I watch it again? Did I enjoy it enough to want to see it again in the future? And I would say yes. All right, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. um, oh yeah, so there was a moment in the theater near the beginning in the prologue scene where there was an emotional bit with Aunt Lucy and Paddington. This is in the theater. So we were watching that and I was like, oh, that's a neat scene. And then like in the back of the theater, you hear some guy just coughing his brains out. So it completely ruined the scene, but like I wasn't mad. It was really funny.